The harsh reality about Manhattan real estate market. Every month I go over with you about contract sign activity and some stats about Manhattan real estate market. Recently we received April Manhattan market report and I want to go over it. The numbers are not great. We were expecting to see a little bit more of awakening, more contract sign, more supply. But unfortunately, it's not the case. So I brought some stats to share with you. And most important, I want to mention the contract sign report. So overall in Manhattan, the contract sign report went up by 9% from last year, but from March it went down by 2.2%. What's surprising is that while co-op went down significantly, condo actually went up. So condo contract sign activity increased by 13% from last year and 8% from last month. Co-op unfortunately did not do that well. It went up from last year by 6%, but went down significantly, almost 10% from last month. The next stat I want to talk about is the median sale price. A median sale price did not come much higher from a previous year, 1% lower from last year, but almost 9% increase from previous month. In condos, however, again, huge increase of 15% in median sale price from last year and 20% increase from last month. So this is, again, pretty impressive stats to share. Co-op, however, again, went down from last year, 2% down from last year and 2% up from last month. The last stat I want to talk about it is inventory. So inventory has been pretty consistent, increase of 4% from last year, an increase of 8% from last month. In condos, what's interesting to point is that contract sign activity increased significantly, so 13% from last year, while inventory only went up by 8%. And the ratio, again, between new inventory coming in and new contracts that are being signed, the contract sign activity increased much higher than the inventory, which tells us that condos are actually performing pretty well in the market in relative to co-ops. At the beginning of the year, we saw more activity in co-ops, and it seems like now it's switching to be, again, more active contract sign activity, prices that are going up in condos versus co-ops that are a bit more stable. So for my buyers out there, anyone who's thinking about buying in Manhattan right now is actually seeing some significant listing discounts, which is now rose to 8%. Days on the market rose to 200 days on average, which is pretty significant number. If you think about it, 200 days on average for apartment to be in the market, meaning you have a lot of inventory out there for apartments that listed even last year, right? November, December, and they're still on the market now. So a lot of opportunity to negotiate. Longer days on the market means we see more discounts. So for buyers out there, like I always say, it's not about timing, it's about finding the right place for you. So being out there now during the summer, during pretty much any time from now until when the summer comes, you can find great opportunities, a lot of inventory, and we are seeing listing discount that is pretty significant, as well as contract time that unfortunately is not increasing to the pace we wanted to see. For sellers, the news are not great, unfortunately. We don't see as much as contract sign as we were hoping. And the days on the market, again, has been pretty extensive and it's only going up. I would say in general, you want to make sure that you're looking at what's the competition when you try to list an apartment. So what are you competing with? What went to contract recently? What sold in the last 30 to 60 days to give you the most relevant data? And even more important, or I'll say equally important, is to look also at what's went off the market. So off market that went in the last 30 days, meaning what listings, what apartments did not sell and why? Was it price? Was it only 20 days on the market and then the apartment was taken off the market? That might not be the best comp to look at. Maybe the seller had some personal situation and could not sell. What's really important to look at is the off-market listings that spend 100 days, 150 days, 200 days on the market and could not sell. What were their prices, and compare it to how much you're thinking to price your apartment. So pricing is extremely important, as well as marketing. You want to make sure your apartment is reached by the largest amount of buyers. And overall, for sellers, I would say if you need to sell now until the spring, until the end of June is where you want to be in the market. So acting quick rather than waiting and getting into the summer, or wait and see, hopefully, with the interest rates. Interest rates were supposed to come down. They have not come down like we expected, and that affecting the market. If they will come down, hopefully we'll see towards the end of the year a little bit more activity and more, ideally, prices that are being up and more negotiation happening. Right now, we are in a buyer's market and the price needs to be adjusted. Marketing has to be aggressive and you need to understand that you need to negotiate in order to actually get it sold. If you have any questions about the market, want to know more specific, I'm here. Let me know in the comments or reach out.